The man needs the woman needs the man. To say that you don't need one another is just empty pride. All right. Even the rich needs the poor, and the poor needs the rich. All right. You may say you're rich, and you are the price, but that's not really correct, because you need your poor employee. For example, you need your driver to drive you around. Your driver is making your life easier for you, so you need him. Of course, you can fire him and hire another, but then if the driver wasn't important, why do you have to hire him? You get? And you, the driver as well, you may feel, oh, you're competent at your job, so if they fire you here, you go somewhere else. But then if you don't need the boss, why are you going for the employment? You see, you depend on each other. For example, I've been using my MTN line for a very long time, for more than 20 years now. Alright? Now, I am a customer, so I see myself as the price. Alright? But then, am I really the price? I think it's both ways. Because at the end of the day, if MTN decides to say, okay, we don't want to provide service to you today, who will lose more? I think I will lose more in that regard. Because at the end of the day, that SIM I have used for more than 20 years, that's more than 20 years contact. I may say, okay, I'll go and buy a different SIM, I'll buy IT, I'll buy Glo, whatever. But then the reason why it's not costing MCM so much to provide me the service that they render to me is because they are not just providing that service to me alone. They are providing that same service to thousands and hundreds of thousands of other Nigerians. So because it is connected, it makes it profitable for MTN. But if it was just me alone, it won't be a profitable business for MTN. Same with the bank. The bank that is providing you services is doing that to keep your money, and at the end of the day, you don't even pay the banks for keeping your money for you. But then you feel you're the price. So without me, will the bank survive? But just think about a bank in your location that happens to have a building, an average of 50 staff. Then do you really think it is your 10,000, 100,000 or 10 million that is sustaining that bank? They are helping you keep the money. If they come up today and tell you, okay, we don't want you to bank with us, come take your money out of our bank, just you, who do you think will be at a disadvantage, you or them? Actually you, because the reason why the business is profitable for them is because they are providing the same service to a number of you at the same time. So if it was just only you, it won't be a profitable business for your bank. So at the end of the day, the banks need us as much as we need them. If we don't need them, we won't go to them. You get? So the respect should be mutual. It shouldn't be one-sided. Of course, the customer is always right. Because there are other vendors. If this person doesn't do business with you, you can choose to do with someone else. You have several options. Quite alright. But then, if you look at it critically, you discover that we are actually profiting from each other. Let me give another example. For example, if you go to the cinema, let's say 10,000 to see one movie. Do you know how much logistics is involved to run that cinema for 1 hour 30 minutes during the period of that movie? Now, just imagine you are the only person coming to see that movie, and you're paying 10,000 for 1 hour 30 minutes. You see, if it's just only you, the value, the money you're paying for the value is not actually sufficient. The reason why it is 10,000 naira is because you're going to have a number of people, maybe close to 200 people, seeing that movie at the same time. So because you're all paying for that service at that material time, it now becomes a good deal for both the operators of the cinema and you who is coming to see that movie. So it will be out of place for you to think you are the price while you're thinking that the service provider is insignificant. That's a small way of thinking. You must also understand that these guys providing us these services, they are also doing us as much as we are doing them good. It's a mutual profiting. It's not one-sided. And I feel if we begin to see ourselves this way, I think we'll have more respect for one another and more value in society. Thank you.